We're here with Martha Barnes, who started the American History Film Project, and she's the founder of the program, and this is the second year, but it's been several years in the making. And we're also here with Lexi and her teacher, Kelly Garcia, who've come all the way from Nebraska to Washington, D.C. in order to present their film. And so I'll just ask a few more questions. Martha?
Yes.
What was the process? What made you start the film project?
I love history, but I love history in the sense of not facts and figures and memorizing all these crazy things that you have to do for a history test. I love history because history is the story of people, and the stories that people tell form history. That's how my dad always presented history to me. He would sit down and tell me these stories of these great people, and they inspired me to be a better person. And that's why I think this project can inspire students and teachers and whole communities. And that's why I want this to happen. I want just people from Nebraska and Virginia and all across the country to be inspired by the stories they tell about their hometown. And that's why I started it.
Good. Now, Kelly tells me she found your site while Googling and searching for American history and world history resources. So what was the process? If you can talk about how you first contacted Martha and the growing relationship and the process of what got you here.
Gosh, I think I just shot you an email
Yeah.
and said, hey, tell me more. And you said something like, oh, yeah, I'd be glad to. I can send you some stuff. And then I had those things, like you emailed me things, I printed them off, and then I was reading thinking, wow, this looks complicated, but I bet we could do it. And then we just emailed back and forth the whole school year, basically.
We became friends through email,
We did.
and in nice ways too. A lot of people in technology become bad friends, or when they meet somebody, they're like, oh, you're not the person that I really thought you were through email, but she's the real deal.
She is too, I can verify that.
Great. So what have you thought about your trip to D.C. so far?
Oh, it's wonderful. The hospitality, the fundraising effort just to get me here, and it's amazing. The hospitality doesn't get any better.
And Lexi, what did you think about meeting other filmmakers?
That was really cool because I hadn't seen anyone else but the two boys in my class, so it was cool to see other people doing it.
Good.
What I like the most about Lexi is that when we have technical difficulties, people just can't imagine what it's like out in Nebraska because the traffic here is so bad, we can't imagine having cows and even breeding cows. So Lexi provided all the entertainment, informational entertainment, and it kept us going even through technical difficulties.
Great.
Yeah, thanks for that.
Great. And I think that what we see is a common thread here today. When we talk about the communities of Annandale and Cary, Illinois, and Mullen, Nebraska, what's interesting is Annandale was originally a rural community, and the film that we saw today talked about Annandale's past. And Cary, Illinois was also rural, and now has become more or less on the edge of the Chicago suburbs. So what's unified the three communities here today across the U.S. is our grassroots past. This is Americana.
Actually, but I want it to be more than that, because if we just stick to rural communities, then that's very wrong. For instance, one of the cities I would love to see have a film is Detroit. Detroit is so hard hit by the economy, but they have so much their kids can tell us about the history of the city. Even without car manufacturing, there's so much to tell us. Baltimore, which we read about negative things in the news, has such a rich history. Such a rich history of the African American community in Baltimore. There's so many places that are in the big city that have great stories to tell, and I'm waiting to hear from them.